Om Shanti. Today is the 30th of March 2023. On this Thursday morning, let us listen to the Sakar Murli from our beloved Bap Dada. Bap Dada Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, the influence of bad company makes your intellects develop doubt. Baba says, sweet children, the influence of bad company makes your intellects develop doubt. Therefore, never become influenced by bad company and thereby stop studying. It is said, good company takes you across and bad company drowns you. Let's hear the essence once again. Baba says, sweet children, the influence of bad company makes your intellects develop doubt. Therefore, never become influenced by bad company and thereby stop studying. It is said, good company takes you across and bad company drowns you. Today's question: which Srimat does the Father give you to change you from shells into diamonds? In answer, Baba says, the Father's Srimat is, children, while living at home with your families, live like a lotus. Just as a lotus is not affected by muddy water, in the same way, while living in the vicious world, do not be touched by the vices. This is your final birth before you go to the viceless world. Therefore, become pure. By following this one Srimat, you will become diamonds from shells and the masters of heaven. Today's song is, the heart says thanks to the one who has given it support. Om Shanti. The Father has explained that Bhagwan, God, is only one who created Bhagwati, the goddess. God truly says this. Just as there are the words of a barrister or a surgeon, so these are the versions of God. God says, I make you into the masters of heaven, the kings of kings. This is the Gita, but people have forgotten who the God of the Gita was. Shri Krishna was the number one prince of heaven. Who enabled him to attain such an elevated reward? Baba says, the highest reward of all is that of Radhe and Krishna, or Lakshmi and Narayan. No one can understand that Radhe and Krishna became Lakshmi and Narayan after their marriage. Who gave them that elevated status? Who was Sri Krishna? Who was Sri Narayan? Only you know these things. Baba says people who love Krishna a great deal and they also celebrate his birthday. People love Krishna a great deal and also celebrate his birthday, then there would also be the praise of the one that Sri Krishna married. Radhe and Krishna have been shown together. Who made them become that? Only the incorporeal one is called the Creator. Corporeal beings are never considered to be the Creator. They say incorporeal God, the Father. Lakshmi and Narayan existed at the beginning of the Golden Age, but it is now the Iron Age. People here are unhappy and poverty-stricken. There are no kings or queens. There is a lot of praise of heaven. When someone dies, they say, so and so has gone to heaven. They remember heaven, and so heaven must surely have been something good. Whoever dies in hell would definitely have to take rebirth in hell. Souls have to take rebirth here according to the actions they have performed. God is the incorporeal ocean of knowledge. Everyone believes in Him. The Shiva temple is His memorial. If you showed them the pictures of Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, they would say, this is Brahma, this is Vishnu. They wouldn't say God Brahma or God Vishnu. Only the incorporeal one is called God. That is Shiva alone. You children now know that you are once again becoming like Lakshmi and Narayan, a god and goddess. Through whom? Through God. The Father is the Creator. He is the Creator of heaven. He must surely have given them the reward of them becoming the masters of heaven. You children have the pictures. People believe that Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of heaven. They have forgotten that Lakshmi and Narayan in their childhood were Radhe and Krishna. They became the emperor and empress of the golden age. So, there must surely have also been their childhood. It would definitely have been the creator of heaven who created their reward. No one knows when he came. There are lingam images of Shiva. They have shown a large form of Shiva. They have shown a large form for Shiva. In fact, Baba says he is not so large. He is a star. No one can understand his image. They have simply created large images for worshipping. So, who established the deity religion? There has to be a name. All the Christians, Buddhists, etc. know that their religion was established by so and so, and what their religious scripture is. This is the first and foremost thing. Therefore, Baba has had these pictures made. He has had them made in order for you to explain them to others. There was no writing on the pictures made earlier. It has been explained that the Creator of heaven is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. There is constant happiness in heaven. Would there be so many human beings there? The tree is at first small and then it continues to grow. There would be very few in heaven, whereas there are many in hell. In heaven, there was just the kingdom of the deities. No one else knows this. You should ask people how this world cycle turns. There truly was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan here 5,000 years ago, and it was called heaven. That is now the past. The new world has become old and hell. Okay, what will happen now? Baba says heaven will come again. Devotees remember heaven, the land of liberation. Why do they remember it? Because they are unhappy here. In heaven, there is constant happiness. The Father would not create children and make them unhappy. That is not possible. You know that after the golden age, there will be the silver, copper and iron ages. The confluence age between the end of the golden age and the beginning of the silver age is not a benevolent one, because the deities who were 16 celestial degrees full in the golden age then become 14 degrees. So that cannot be a benevolent age, can it? Baba is asking and in fact saying that because 2 degrees have now dropped, so that cannot be a benevolent age. Then there was also a confluence age between the end of the silver age and the beginning of the copper age. However, there too the degrees continued to decrease. From Sato Pradhan, you descend through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. You had to become Tamo Pradhan. Therefore, the whole world is unhappy at this time. This is called the world of orphans. There is no lord or master. When there are no parents in a home, all the children begin to fight among themselves. Therefore, it is said, you are orphans. That is something limited. These things are unlimited. No one in the whole world has a lord or master. People continue to fight among themselves. Even animals fight among themselves. There is no lord or master. The Father, the Creator, is the Lord and Master. Baba says it is only when He comes that all the children can belong to the Lord and Master. The Father takes you children to the land of peace and then sends you to the land of happiness. At first, you are Sato Pradhan, and then you go through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. Everything is the same. Even little children are Sato Pradhan, and this is why they are loved. Then those same children begin to trouble their parents if they don't receive guidance. The parents become troubled if they fall ill while fighting and quarreling. When people incur a loss, they experience sorrow. In the golden age, Baba says there is no sorrow, that is the land of happiness. The Father creates heaven for you children. There is constant happiness there. You know that this unlimited world was new and that it is now old. There is old and New Delhi. New Delhi is separate from Old Delhi. Baba says New Delhi is so beautiful. It isn't that the old one would be demolished. In that case, where would people live? Both new and old exist here. This old one is now to be demolished, and the new one, which is called heaven, will be established. Delhi is called Paristhan, or the land of angels. Baba is saying the old one is now to be demolished, and the new one, which is called heaven, will be established. Delhi is called Paristhan, the land of angels. At this time, it is Kabristan, a graveyard. In the golden age, there was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. Delhi was the land of angels, heaven, and it is now hell. The Father doesn't become the master of heaven himself. He makes you children into those. You say that Baba is once again making you into the masters of heaven. There are so many whose intellects have faith, and so, seeing all of them, your intellects too should have faith. When someone has been to London and speaks about it, others wouldn't say that they would only believe that person if they themselves also saw it. So many children here say that God is teaching them, therefore they are not lying. So how is Baba explaining to us? Baba says when someone has been to London and speaks about it, others wouldn't say that they would only believe that person if they themselves also saw it. Similarly, what example is Baba giving? So many children here say that God is teaching them. Therefore, they are not lying. However, if it is not in their fortune, it will not sit in their intellects. The Father says, you don't have to renounce anything here. This is your final birth. While living at home with your families, remain as pure as a lotus. This is the land of death, and that is the land of immortality. A completely viceless world is remembered. There are no vices there, and you should therefore accept that. Praise of the deities is also sung of those who are completely viceless. Baba says praise of the deities is also sung of those who are completely viceless. That was a viceless world. Acha, children would also be born there. There must surely be a method there too. They are not born through vice there. This poison doesn't exist there. Baba is calling this vice as poison. Here people are totally vicious, whereas there they are completely pure. As are the king and queen, so are the people. Why should you doubt this? Baba is asking us. Whatever system there is, children would be born according to that. There are no vices there. This nature belongs to this land of death. No one causes sorrow there. Animals don't cause sorrow for one another either. They too are born in the same way. What do you want? If you want peace, consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father, and you will come to me. Those who are to go to heaven will say that they will definitely take knowledge and happiness. We have to claim our inheritance of heaven from the Father. You know that we are claiming our unlimited inheritance from the unlimited Father. We are following the Father's Srimad. If there are some bad storms while you move along, your faith breaks and you are defeated by Maya. The Father says you were defeated in the previous cycle too while claiming your inheritance. You became trapped in vice. It is remembered that good company takes you across and bad company drowns you. This is the company of the truth. By following his Srimad, we will go to the new world. If there is some doubt in your faith, you cannot receive your inheritance. Baba says, while having faith, many children's intellects then developed doubt. You call him the mother and father and you then leave him. This too is fixed in the drama. You belong to Shiv Baba and then you divorce such a father. Do you want to belong to God or to Ravan? There is a war, is there not? Some conquer Maya and believe that they are definitely going to claim their inheritance from the father. They continue to follow Srimad. You also have a photograph album of the children who promised they would live at home with their families and remain as pure as a lotus. Baba says muddy water doesn't affect a lotus. By living in a vicious world, you mustn't indulge in vice. This is your final birth. By making yourself viceless, you will go to the viceless world. It is very good to become pure. The Father says, if you become pure through me, you will become the masters of heaven, the pure world. The impure world is to be destroyed. Baba explains to you so easily that establishment of heaven takes place through Brahma. That is happening now. All the rest will settle their karmic accounts and go to the land of liberation. You receive real happiness in the golden age. The name of paradise is very well known. That truly was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. People don't know anything at all. Sannyasis become viceless, and so the people who indulge in vice worship them. Sannyasis become viceless, and so the people who indulge in vice worship them. Souls become vicious, God doesn't. What is Baba saying? Souls become vicious, God doesn't. They believe that they become viceless and become God. Nevertheless, there are two things, souls and the Supreme Soul. Those who indulge in vice are not called the Supreme Soul. They believe that they will become viceless and become God. The Father says that is not possible. None of them can attain me. I will come back and take everyone back home. There are signs of the great war. I am teaching you children Raj Yoga. There will be the great war. God also has to exist so that He can remove all complications and end everyone's fighting. The Father is the Almighty Authority. He says, if you follow my directions, I will make you into the masters of heaven. Every cycle you become so elevated by following my directions. After half a cycle, when my directions end and devilish diktats begin, you become poverty-stricken, worth shells. From shells, you are now being made into diamonds. Therefore, you should follow Srimad. Baba explains to you so easily. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and we the spiritual children say Namaste to our spiritual father. Today's essence for Dharana has 2 points. The first point, never allow your faith to decrease due to storms. For this, be careful of the company you keep. Follow Srimad fully. Second point, in this final birth, definitely become completely viceless by following Srimad. While living in this vicious world, be careful that the vices don't touch you. Today's blessing, may you be one with a divine life and give the experience of divinity with your every action. Let's hear the blessing again. Baba says, may you be one with a divine life and give the experience of divinity with your every action. Baba explains, Bap Dada has made each child one with a divine life, a divine idol with a divine thoughts, who speaks divine words and performs divine actions. Divinity is the elevated decoration of confluence-aged Brahmins. Every action of a soul with a divine life will give other souls the experience of divinity, of being beyond ordinary. A Brahmin with a divine life cannot perform ordinary actions with his body or have ordinary thoughts in his mind. He cannot use his money in an ordinary way. Finally, the slogan for today, constantly continue to sing this song in your heart. I have attained what I wanted to attain, and your face will remain happy. Slogan once again, constantly continue to sing this song in your heart. I have attained what I wanted to attain, and your face will remain happy. Acha, Om Shanti.